Hello everyone and welcome to the lore video about Firefly. This will not be as deep dive lore video as I did with May because, well, I'm not that hype about Firefly as I was with May, but still I'm gonna try to collect all the information we have for now and put them into one place so we can all enjoy and be a little more I forgot the word, and know more about her. So I hope you will enjoy this video. I will not be seen throughout this entire episode because I will be reading this from the script, and I see no point in you seeing me reading. So yeah, I hope you will enjoy this video. Let's get into this. So let's start at the beginning. Deep breaths. The Vulcan Empire of Glamoth was an enormous nation based around the Glamoth star system, led by Her Majesty Empress Titania. That's the lady they are referring to in the trailer, but there will be more about her later. Because she was her, Glamoth was able to spread over the vast territory throughout the cosmos. And once again, because she was such a nice lady, she was like, since we are so perfect, we should allow those peasants from the other part of cosmos to walk under us, cause it's the biggest blessing. So yeah, she was a very wholesome lady. But all her plans were destroyed by a literally bunch of ADHD mosquitoes on pre-workout. So yeah, known also as Swarm. So why did the Swarm attack the Glamoth? Just because. When it comes to the Swarm, there's like no complex desires, there's no planning, nothing. The only thing left in them is just the pure primal desire to reproduce. And that's official statement. So it's not like they had something against the Glamoth. Swarm just wanted to grow. And Tanya's fleet and their planet and ideas about this planet were just in the way. Also, that one big dude we could see in the trailer, that's not the emanator of the Swarm. Not emanator of the propagation. That thing is the Swarm mother. But we don't really have many information about her, so let's leave it for now. So after Swarm encountered Glamoth, war would start. Colonies of Empire would fall under the wave of Swarm, weakening the Empire more and more and more, in the end, more or less destroying the Vulcan Empire. But then, the Iron Cavalry Knights descended from the sky, wiping out the Swarm with a glory, saving the Empire, bringing salvation. And that's the happy version of it. Sadly, in reality, the Empire Council literally lost it, and they ended up doing experiments on living beings, altering essence of humanity. They ended up creating the genetically engineered humans, specifically designed for the sole purpose of fighting off the Swarm by using their strategic assault mechs, also known as SAM, while being controlled by the Empress Titania. Here's the quote. She heard something heavy fall and the clamor of metal clashing. Intermittent haste-filled footsteps resounded, and the incubator started to shake. Warriors, it is time to awaken. For Her Majesty, a pair of mechanical hands scooped her up as blinking light rent the world asunder. She forgot to weep. Feel glory in your birth. For Her Majesty. She opened her eyes, yet failed to find the speaker. She rose up and advanced through heavy curtains, venturing deeper into the palace. Accept your honor, your destiny, for Her Majesty. But of course, creating the living weapons wasn't that simple, and there was a price to pay for it. Sadly, not the scientists were paying. Each knight carried a predetermined genetic defect that would accelerate their aging at a certain spot of their life, leading to the premature death, also known as entropy loss syndrome. And this is what you can see on the Firefly's neck, like those veins. That's the symptom. Another quote. All Iron Cavalries were genetically engineered babies to ensure control over the Republic's most powerful weapon. They each carried a predetermined genetic defect that would accelerate their aging at a certain spot of their life, leading to the premature death. And this is what Firefly was talking about, the main character, that she was like about to fade away. So that's a pretty nice foreshadowing, in my opinion. But sadly, we are not done yet. If we look into the Firefly story logs that we unlock with each ascension, we can learn more things. After Firefly woke up for the first time and heard the Empress' voice, the quote from before, this is what happened. She traversed an untended vast garden, navigating throughout colossal insectoid carcasses and numerous incubators, until finally she arrived at the resplendent council chamber, where a woman with a blurry face was seated upon the throne, her hands hanging wearily. "Don't look up," someone approached her, whispering softly. The person bore an identification tag, AR-26702. What does that signify? She glanced at herself. AR-26710. Come closer, my child. A distant voice emanated from the depth of her mind, casting an inexplicable frenzy upon her consciousness. She obediently approached the Empress and kneeled down, kissing her fingertips. The Empress' touch felt as icy and unyielding as solid ice, momentarily stirring a flicker of perplexity amidst her frenzy. I can't read. Ignite yourself to the last moment for the future of Glamour, for your majesty. What we can learn from this is that there's a very high chance the Empress actually never existed, or was just a puppet in the hands of the scientists made to control the cavalry, which means that the Glamour Knights fought for just an illusion, which is even more tragic if you think about it. And at the end of the trailer, after the last fight, we can see Firefly floating through the space just to be spotted by Kafka. Another quote. When she regained consciousness from her coma, she found herself in an unfamiliar galaxy. Luminescent cosmic plankton were drawn to her, swirling and dancing around her. So that's the reason she was glowing in the trailer. She watched as they disappeared into the distance, unaware of where her journey would lead. For what do we die? For what do we live? The concept of dream remained elusive as she stared into the boundless darkness, grappling with the search for answers. And thus, the Republic of Glamour met its downfall, leaving behind mere rumors about the Iron Cavalries. Also, another thing, those things floating around her are probably like the bodies of Swarm and her allies. Just saying, to make it even more depressing. So Firefly was found, and brought in by Kafka, and then she became Stone Hunter. And then there's a story we know from the game. At the very end, I want to point out one more thing. When Firefly woke up, she was in an unfamiliar galaxy, and yeah, like, we all know that galaxies are kind of fucking big. We know that the fall of propagation took place a long time ago. We also know that from the love lore that it was before Lance, and Lan is the Aeon of Hunt, and Lan is around 4,700 years old. And we know that Glamoth Calvary was created during the Swarm disaster, which means that Firefly is at least 4,700 years old. That was a very long sleep. So yeah, that's it for the video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like. If I missed something, let me know. I know there was like some mispronunciations. I know I was slow reading, but I just want to pronounce everything correctly, so please bear with me. So yeah, that's it. Have a good day, have a good night, drink a lot of water because it's hot as fuck, and see you next time. Thank you for watching.